So, there is a lot of inspiring stories in our industry. Like everyone knows Mark, who built Facebook, now Meta. Some know Mark Randolph, who built Netflix, and it was also a huge thing. And Sam Altman, of course. And these examples are inspiring, but also can be overwhelming. Like, really, when you are starting something, you don't think you will be next Netflix or Facebook, right? However, when you look at some of these stories, like for example Netflix, at the beginning, they weren't that impressive. I mean, it was a simple page where you could rent a DVD and they were sending it to you and you were sending it back. It's not something that complex, right? So if you are building software every day, probably you thought, even not one time, but many, maybe I could build something that would impact other people, the world, maybe something useful. So here I am building Cosmo Quiz. And the story goes like this. We were in this place, quiz game. It's in Warsaw, but also in other places in Poland. And we really enjoyed the game. It is a mashup of Who Wanna Be a Millionaire, Name That Tune, etc. Later on, talking over about this game, we thought, why couldn't we build something similar, but by ourselves? We saw a lot of things that we didn't quite like the UI, or that the thing is bounded to single place and it costs a lot of money. Maybe we could make this thing and make some twists that we like more. So I started scratching everything right away. And when I had some basic designs, they were very rough, and some basic working system, I sent the message to my friends and showed them that maybe it's something that we can work on. And the response was really fast. My friend responded with some prototypes and started working on it. I was really surprised that it's happening, but after some time we had clickable prototype. Maybe it wasn't beautiful, but hey, it was starting to work. Next step was to create a promo video and of course iterate. As you can see, the boxes are practical. And we created a promo video, and idea was to send it to some places like pubs where people could rent this game. And we wanted to send some cold emails to these places, like 1, 2, or 200, and we hope that maybe somebody will respond. And having this game in pubs would be advertisement for us, so people could rent personalized quiz from us. That was the initial idea. Working on the landing page, I was lucky because this guy, Bartek Gałek, was sitting next to me, and he said, actually, I know a pub's owner, and I can set up a meeting for you with him. And it was great success. We didn't need to send even a single mail. We already had set up a meeting with pub's owner. So cool. So we were iterating. The boxes started to look better and better. There were some challenges on the way, like we needed to put a router so we can have a local network within the game. So latency is super small when you click the button. And also, some places just don't have internet connection, right? Or it's very bad. That's why we did it this way. So we met the pub's owner, and after demoing him this game, he said, I like the idea, but this will never work. And we showed him that we would like to create an event at his place, like Facebook event, and many people will gather, but only few would play. He said that it wouldn't work on pubs because people will be bored if some random people are playing. And I think that he was quite right. Actually, he owns a pub, so he knows his job, right? So we decided to pivot. And we were exploring other possibilities like weddings. And the first one, everything went pretty smoothly. We received very good feedback and people were happy from the game. Other, IT conference. This was a mode without boxes, actually, only application. And this is the one that failed like totally. Nothing worked actually. Game hanged. Sometimes it happens. Like then you are going to the blog and writing sad blog post like failing is painful. You know the thing. We were iterating and exploring even more events like this bachelor party where people again had fun and it worked. So we were iterating and adding these new features, like making sure that boxes are really charging and making them more stable, working both on hardware and software side, adding some pipelines like AI generated scenarios to the game, and looking at new life circumstances as opportunities rather than challenges, as you can see on the right side of this slide. And of course, we kept testing it with friends. And you know, things are going slowly when you are building something after hours, if it's not your main project. But day by day, nothing seems to change, but pretty soon everything is different. So 1 year ago, it was just a dummy idea we had that maybe it could work. Today, it is an event on super great conference, ATM, Allegro. Yeah, it's happening in few minutes, so you can come. And also next week, apparently we are going into first pub. So the thing is really happening right now. Was it worth it so far? Yeah, I think so. The most valuable observation for me is this. When you are creating some product, you see that there is a lot of value coming from different things. Like with one single conversation, you can add much more value than with another feature or having clean code. Like everything balances, and this is pretty complex thing to take it off. So you need to have a broad perspective. And why do I even bother you with this story? Like, this is not next Netflix or next Facebook, right? So there are two reasons for that. First one, I think that there is many projects that you could build as well. The bar is pretty low to make something useful, make something that people use, make something that people have fun from. So yeah, you can build the next awesome project and share it on side project. Even if it's only idea you have, or maybe you're looking for teammates for side project, just go to this channel, share it, discuss. Second, I think that you can become part of Cosmo Quiz. Just go to cosmoquiz.pl. You can rent boxes like for wedding, integration, conference, birthday party, or just another evening with friends. And that's it. Thank you very much and enjoy.